Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS tables, and right now we'll be discussing about the CSS table size. The table width and height property is the one that can control the width and height of our table. The width and height of a table are defined by the width and height properties. The example below set the width of the table to 100% and the height of the th elements to 70 pixels. The th element is the one that represents the table head. So I'm going to show you how all this works together and form something nice. And right here at the bottom right here, you can see that to create a table that should only span half of the page, you can use the width property and give it 50%. So I'm going to do everything I've mentioned right here. I'm going to explain it in a better way. I'm not an Englishan. Please, I want you guys to understand this by demonstration. So I'll be demonstrating this in a good form so you guys can be able to understand it better. So let's say, for instance, now we want to control our width and height of our table. We can just select our table. When we select, after selecting the table, we can give it width. Let's give it width of 50%. You are going to see that our table right here is going to shift to the half. Can you see when I reload now? Can you see it's already at the 50%? When I decrease it, you are going to see what will happen. When I give it 30%, definitely I'm saying it should take 30% of this whole page. Let's reload. Can you see now we are having 30% of the page? Now let's say, for instance, now I want it to have 70%. Let's give it 70% of the page. Let's reload. Can you see now we're having 70% right here? And when I give it 100%, you are going to see it's going to take the whole section. It's going to span through the whole section page. Can you see now this is our section? As you can see, it's reached this place. That's how you can control it with percentage, and you can also control it by using the pixel. When I give it 200 pixel right here, you are going to see 200 pixel width. You are going to see it's still going to control itself. Can you see? And when I give it more than 200 pixel, if I give it 400 pixel, I'm going to see it's still working. Can you see when I reload? So it just depends on what you want to use. Now let's control the height. The height of what are we trying to control? Are we trying to control the height of the document, the height of all our table elements at once, or we want to control it one by one? So there is a different way we can control it. We can control the table height itself. Let's control the table height. Now let's give it 400 pixel so you guys can see what will happen when I reload. When I reload now, can you see now we are having 400 pixel. The 400 pixel is the one that is divided by 4. 1 2 3 4. Can you see the 400 pixel divided by 4? That's why we are having this 1 2 3. So let me bring it down a bit so you guys can understand my point very well. Let's give it 200 pixel. So this 200 pixel is going to be divided by 4. Let's reload. Can you see the 200 pixel divided by 4? That's why we are having 1 2 3 4. The reason why we're having 1 2 3 4, I'm going to tell you, is because this one is this section you are seeing right here is our table head section, and this one is our table data section, and we are having table data like 3 rows of table data. 1 2 3. So that's why I'm saying that the 200 pixel I gave it span through, and it cuts into, it divides it by the elements that is inside our table. So let me show you the elements inside our table. Now we are having inside our table, we are having table head. This is the first row, the second row, the third row, and the fourth row. The table head, table data, table data, table data, as you can see. But this table caption right here, if you notice very well, when we select our table head, table element, instead of controlling it with this caption also, it's not allowing us to control the width and height together with it. So definitely we can select it on its own separate way and control it by ourselves. If we want to control it, we can just come here and select caption and give it whatsoever. We can just give it width and height or whatsoever. So I want you guys to understand, only the width of the caption we are able to control but the height of the caption is not controlling together with us. Can you see? Only the width we are able to control, but the height, no matter how we specify the height right here, it's not going to decrease or it's not going to increase. Let's give it 500 so you guys can see 500 of height. Can you see? Can you see the caption is not increasing, but only the width is the one that is reflecting. Now let's decrease the width. Let's see if it's going to work. Let's reload. Can you see the caption width decreases, but the height doesn't decrease. So you can just control the height by specifying the caption on its own. So that's how you can control. And now this height and width property, we can just remove this height from here and just select our table head on its own, which is th. Our th element can control the, let me save it without having any value yet. Can you see now we are having our default value right now? For now, let's control it. Let's give our table head another height. Let's give it different height. Let's give it table head, let's give it like 200 pixels. Let's see what will happen when I reload my document. Can you see now we are having 200 pixels like what we got earlier? But because this our table head, now we just have this one single row and we're having 3 column inside it. As you can see, 1 2 3, this is a column and this is one row. So we can decrease it, can say 2 pixels. Let's divide it by let's divide it by 4. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got now and reload our document. Can you see now we are having this size? Oh sorry, and yes, now we are having this size. But I want you to notice one thing very well. I can carry this now. I can take a calculation right here and pick, and place it inside it. Let's reload our document and see what we got. Can you see it's the same thing we are having there? Let's say we give it 400 pixels now. Let's see what will happen. Let's reload. Can you see now it's not working, right? But we can do something nice. We can just remove it. If it doesn't work, you can just specify it manually. You understand? You can just say like we need, let's say we need 100 pixels right here. We want the height of our table head right here to be 100 pixels. Let's reload. Can you see now it's having 100 pixels? And if we want it to be 70 pixels or 50 pixels, let's give it 50 pixels. Let's reload our document. Can you see? And if you notice very well, our table head is there. So that's how you can control it one by one. And we can control our table data also, td, which is our td. You can control the height also. You can just give it 50, or let's give it 30 pixels, so you guys can see what will happen. Let's reload. You are going to see all this table data, all this our data right here. The height is going to increase. Can you see the height increases? So it just depends on what you want to do, and you can select a specific table data also. You can just call this tdd. So inside our table data right here, anyone that we have that is having the class of dd, you are going to see is the one that is going to increase. Let's reload our document now. Can you see this one is the one that is increasing? So you can do a lot with this. So I don't want to be confused. As you can see, I'm able to select the table and give it the width property, and now I control the height of our table head and our table data separately. So that's how I did this and make it look nice. Can you see? And we can do it anyhow we want. We can give them also different border color. Let's give them border color. Let's give this one red, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Can you see? Just do whatsoever we want. And let's give this height, this table head also another color. Let's give it border color. Give it another color. You can give it green, or give it green yellow. So let's reload. Can you see? And if you give it green, it's going to display. Let me reload. Can you see? So it depends on what you want to do. You understand? So I want you guys to practicalize this, because practice is making the perfect. If you don't practice it, how are you going to understand all this? So anwar akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much.